What happens if you're selling a house and somebody passed away in the home, or if you're buying a home and somebody has passed away in the home? Who has to tell who what, and what effect does it really have? We'll get into that in one sec. And welcome into another episode of the Real Estate Minute Show. I know you guys are sick and tired of me talking about my plants, but look at that baby. Look at this bougainvillea right here. This thing was just about dead. Look how gorgeous it is now, with a little love from Jay Lieberman and some nitrogen and special stuff. Getting back to the topic at hand about if somebody passes away in the home. So if you're selling a home and somebody has passed away in the home, which is happening more and more these days, by the way, we have found over the years, people have chosen to, and their families have chosen to pass at home very peacefully with caregivers and things versus going into hospice or some other situations if they can, which is incredibly sweet and spiritual. But a lot of times, a lot of people are bothered by that still to this day. So if you're selling a house and a death has occurred inside the house in the last 3 years, you have to disclose it to the buyer. And there are forms and disclosures, 2 of them specifically, called a transfer disclosure statement and a seller property questionnaire. They go together, and your agent will talk to you about that, specifically ask you that pointed question. If you're buying a home, that seller has to tell you that somebody passed away in the last 3 years. But here's the thing. If somebody's passed away, let's say 10 years ago inside the home, where you technically don't have to disclose it to the buyer, if the buyer or their agents or somebody asks you that question, has somebody ever passed away in the home, and you know the answer, you still have to tell them, okay? Because it is a disclosure they're asking, you have to be truthful, because it could be a material item that is required to be disclosed. So you can't just get out of it necessarily because it was over 3 years ago. If asked that question by the other side, you must answer honestly, okay? That is really how it works. Now, the interesting thing is that we have some clients that we've been under contract, found out that somebody's passed in the home, and they ran for the hills. We've had others, like selling my grandfather's house, for instance, years ago. He died at 97 years old. Mom, if you're watching this. And we sold his home many years ago, and we had multiple offers, and he passed away inside the home very peacefully. It was very spiritual and beautiful because they lived in that home forever and a day. My mom was a child in that home. So when we had multiple offers, and a couple of the people that offered originally when they found that out walked. But one couple that bought it, and I believe they still own it and they're raising their family there, she thought it was the sweetest story in the world and had to have the house because of it. So it just depends. It really does. But those are the laws. Those are the disclosures that have to happen. Thought you should know that. Okay? We'll see you next week on the Real Estate Minute Show. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the weather. Take care.